Right guys, so welcome back to a brand new video here today, and this is another episode of the What If F1 Returns or Raced At series. And today we are here by popular demand at Laguna Seca, a very highly requested one guys, and this is going to be an interesting one because the lap is going to be pretty much, I believe, around a 60-second lap it could be. It's going to be very quick, especially in these 2019 F1 cars, and we're racing today in the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, and I'm looking forward to this. It's a track that I know very well from both MotoGP and also my iRacing days, so I'm quite familiar with the layout. Other way, we're going to have a bit of a shakedown and see what it's like in an F1 car, which is something I've not done too often, especially not in a 2019 F1 car. So this will be a first time ever in terms of a combination for me. But I'm looking forward to it because it's a track that I really enjoy. It's very unique, and of course you've got the corkscrew, which if you don't know about the corner, then you will find out very shortly. But it's one of the most unique corners in racing ever, period. Like, it's such an incredible corner. It's a downhill chicane with an incredible elevation drop. It literally, within a second, it just drops off. It's almost like a waterfall, and I'm really much looking forward to see how this F1 car can handle it, because I'm kind of thinking it might struggle to be honest with you, because it's such a large F1 car, and I think it's pretty much the biggest F1 car we've had in history, so it might struggle with the elevation change. Either way, we're going to find out. The rest of the layout is quite fun though, a lot of flowing fast corners, with a couple of slow ones as well, just to kind of mix it up a little bit, and I'm looking forward to it. So here we go then, we're going to get underway, and hopefully we can set a lap time that's near enough the 60-second mark. I don't think we'll be able to go underneath 60 seconds, but if we can get near that, I'll be very happy. Either way, let's get underway and let's see what this track and car combo is like. Right, here we are then, on the pit box, and we're going to make our way now out of the pit exit. So, just a few things to note about this circuit, of course. Obviously, it's very known for being a part of the endurance calendar, I believe. Also, when I was growing up, at least, it was a big part of the MotoGP calendar, and I'm used to seeing MotoGP race around here. F1 itself, I'm not actually sure if it did race. I don't think it has raced here. I think that's never actually happened, not even back in the day. So it's going to be a unique combo, but I'm looking forward to it. And also, like I said, in previous episodes, we're changing the format a little bit now. So what we'll do is we'll do a couple of laps of practice just to get used to the track, and then we'll go straight into a quick race with the AI. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the AI handle, especially through the corkscrew. But yeah, so far this part of the lap is all kind of familiar to me. It's quite a narrow circuit, at least for these F1 cars, which are quite wide. And like I said before, in terms of size, they're probably the biggest ones we've ever had. But here we go, then we're going up the hill. It's a blind crest, and we're now making our way up to the corkscrew. So if you haven't seen it, here it is. In cockpit view, it's incredible because you just turn in, and you're turning into nothing, and then you just drop down. I've cut that corner of a tree, but there you go. In T-Cam, you'd probably get a better view of it, but that's part of the challenge. In cockpit view, you can't see the corkscrew apex, so you've got to kind of guess, and that's what makes it so interesting as a corner. And then you've got these beautiful banked corners for the rest of the lap, which also just add to the speed. But there we go, into the final corner, and that is a lap of Laguna Seca. We're now going to try and set a proper lap time here. I'll open DRS on the pit straight, or actually I can't because the game won't allow me to, so we might not be using any DRS around here as we make our way down towards the first corner. Just getting used to, brake points and seeing how the car handles at low speed. Short shift to third gear on the exit, there we go. Down towards, I believe this is turn 3, if I'm not mistaken actually. Easy does it through there. We're going to go for one downshift through here. This car's got so much downforce, it's so easy to really throw it in. Again, this corner as well, it's a very sharp left, but it actually throws you off. Because of the banking, you can carry a lot more speed and really commit, as is the case for the next corner as well. Fifth gear, could have used sixth, but then over the bump, nicely done. Now making our way up to the corkscrew. No idea where to brake here. Got that a bit hot on the brakes, but we just about get it slowed down. Down the hill, there we go. You can hear the car get all light, and the revs go really high as you go over the bump. Through this next bank corner, lots of grip through here. Keep it in sixth through there. Again, banking helping us out. A little bit of tire on the gravel as we go to the final corner. A little bit hot on the brakes, but we get it slowed down. And on the gas, here we go. Just over 60 seconds as we cross the line, and we do a 1 minute 4.9. So there you go. There's our first lap. So we have something to aim for. Let's see if we can improve upon that. I might do some setup tweaks in a minute, but let's see if I can maximise the feeling with this setup first, as we now start to push a little bit and try and find the track limits. Through the final corner, nicely done. We're improving, 1.3 up, so this will get us well into the 103s. 103.5, there we go. So we've got a good benchmark. Let's do some setup tweaks. Let's adjust the car a little bit and maybe take some fuel out, change the tyres, and we're going to see if we can actually get anywhere near a 60-second lap time, and then we'll jump into a quick race. Okay, so we've strapped on the fastest possible tyres, the Ultra Softs, Obviously the C5 tyres in 2019 F1 car terms have also reduced the fuel from 50 to 15 litres. And we're going to see what we can do. I'm going to crank the engine up here to full power. And we're going to get on the way for a lap. So here we go for the final corner. No DRS, so we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Let's give it some, let's see what we can do. Straight away. Over the crest. I think this is turn 1. A little bit cautious on the brakes there, but it's kind of hard to judge at such a high speed. On the gas on the exit, half a second up already. Down a couple of gears. Just about keeping it on the curbs. Again, this track's unforgiving. No tarmac runoffs, it's all gravel, so you can't run wide, otherwise it's going to ruin your lap. We're a second up already though. Through the fast left. Getting that late apex on the gas nicely there. Let's see how much we can carry through the kink. Oh, that's fantastic. 1.5 up to the corkscrew. I ran it a bit hot on the brakes last time. That's better, a little bit early on the brakes, but we'll get away with that. Down the hill. Keeping it nice and tidy. 2.5 up. Not quite flat through there, I was last time, but that's the extra speed I'm carrying. A little bit wide there as well. We got into the gravel. To the final corner, slowing it down. Back on the gas quickly. No DRS up to the line. We are going to improve. And it's a 3-second improvement. And it's a 1 minute 0.5. So almost under 60 seconds. I could probably, with a bit of practice and some further setup tweaks, I could get it under a minute. But overall, a really quick lap. We're now going to jump though into a quick race and have a little bit of fun with the AI. Hopefully they're quite decently coded around here. They're not too erratic and we can have some fun, especially some overtakes at the corkscrew. Let's get racing. Right, so here we are then on the grid for the race at Laguna Seca. Once again, we are running a reduced grid due to me struggling to run a full grid of cars and not running 60 frames. I'm currently pulling about 40, as you can probably tell on the right-hand side of the screen. So, yeah, we're going to try our best. Hopefully we can still do it regardless and there's no further issues. Hopefully it doesn't go any lower once we start the race. But either way, we're going to start from 15th and we're going to try and work our way through the field and hopefully have a little bit of fun and pull off some good overtakes. I'm praying the AI are pretty decent around here and they're not too chaotic and it makes for good racing. Either way, this is going to be a 7-lap race, so one more than we did at Fuji because it is a slightly shorter lap. So yeah, let's get racing and let's see where we finish in this 7-lap race around Laguna Seca. Lights out and away we go. Not the best start, but we do get a good second phase. AI relatively slow here, we've got to be careful making our way down towards the first corner. Oh, that's a good run through there. We're going to get the run on the Haas. We're going to pull to the right hand side and just about get in front. Into the brakes end of the Haas, back down the inside. We're going to carry the speed around the outside though and use the banking to get in front. There we go. As we now go through the kink, the Haas goes straight down the inside with a massive lunge. We're going to try and return the favour though, up to the corkscrew. Got some gravel on my tyres, but we move. Another bump there and we spin. Damn it. Oh dear. That's us in the wall. Right, we'll try again, get a second attempt because that was not great. Lights out and away we go. Again, good to remember there's no DRS, so we've got to try and make moves happen. Without that, we do have the engine mode available to us, of course, to try and make things happen as we go into turn 1 or the first brake zone. Got a little bit of a Haas, they're going to be erratic on the outside. Let's try and get a move on him. I'm going to try and go the long way around. Oh, that's us in the gravel, got to be careful. Car behind looking for a move. The Haas is taking a bit of a compromise line through there. Can we get a run maybe? Haas is a bit slow. Oh, bit of contact there, just hit the back of him. I thought he was going to pick up some speed, but he didn't. Going through the kink as we now make our way up the hill. Up towards the corkscrew. Down the inside we go. I've absolutely sent one on the Haas. The Haas is still there. So we've got to leave some space side by side on the first lap. You'd love to see it. But the Haas does stay in front for now. Let's see if we can close in on these guys. We've got a car running a bit wide there through turn 2. Oh dear. Big spin. Right, here we are then. For the race, we're going to get ready for the 6 red lights here as we build up the revs. Here we go. Lights out. And away we go at Laguna Seca. We are racing. I'm running quite a high engine mode here. So we're going to try and be aggressive. There's no DRS, so we've got to use the ERS and engine to try and make some progress. I'm also running the C5 Ultra Soft tyres. I believe I just hit the Haas there on the braking, but we'll move regardless. I'm trying to run a bit more of an aggressive setup as we get in the gravel. That's not ideal, but the Haas is a bit compromised. He's going defensive, he's covering the line. We might get a chance here if we can get the momentum on the exit. We're going to go to the inside. There we go. use the banking to our favour, and there we go, we make a move. So we've made up a few places already here as we now make our way into the kink. We've got a bit of side-by-side action in front, a little bit further up the road. Let's see if we can get the run here, up the hill, on the gravel, but we are going to go for a move down the inside. At the corkscrew, bit of contact. Got to leave some space as we go side-by-side on the first lap. That was very, very anticlimactic. I was hoping for a bit of a better move as we get all kinds of sideways through there. Really erratic so far. Car feels very nervous on this opening lap. We've got to wait for things to settle down a little bit. Let's try and make some progress. I'm going to crank it up to hot lap mode and use up our ERS deployment as we try and close in a bit. We're up to P12. So we ran up a few places, 3 places on lap 1, that's okay. Keeping it in 3rd gear through here, easy on the gas. Let's try and make some progress and make up a few places here, so I'm going to try and focus a little bit and close in on these guys, although we have got the run here on this guy. We're going to go to the inside, once again. Use the banking to our advantage. 5th gear short shift exit. Can we get the run on the Alpha maybe, up the hill towards the corkscrew? It does get a fantastic bit of speed. And we're just a bit too far back for a lunge here. We do close in quite a lot on the braking, but we can't quite go for the move. Oh, the car gets so light through there. But here we go towards the end of the lap. We're up to P11. Let's see if we can try and get ourselves into the top 10, into the points in this 7-lap race. Through the final corner. I seem to have the same problem as I do with the Codemasters game, which is I'm not very good on the braking or traction. Especially the traction side of things. Here we go, we've got a bit of a run. Down towards turns 1 and 2. On the Alpha, we're starting to put some pressure on. Starting to see that I've got a bit more pace. Nicely done through there. Let's get the momentum through this right-hander. Avoid the bump on the inside, and there we go, we're going to get the run. We're going to breeze past. The Alpha's still there. I'm going to turn in though. And he backs out, which is exactly what I wanted. Through the kink, trying to carry a bit more speed. I'm just so scared because it's such an aggressive kink. I feel like the car's just going to spin. I'm so good on the brakes and up to the corkscrew. Easy through there, let's not overdo it. Can I go flat? Not quite, I'm having a little bit of a lift through that section. You can see my throttle inputs where the gears are in the bottom right. But we're closing in now into the top 10. The laps are ticking by so quick here, but we are making progress. Let's try and close in on the car in front here. The ERS deployment looks good as well. We're seemingly having no issues with that, so we can stay in this high mode as we get some oversteer there. Almost binned it. This is where we're best around the lap. This is where we make up a lot of time, so let's use that to close in on the car in front. Not all cars in this race are official 2019 cars. It is a mod, so there are some generic fantasy drivers as we get onto the gravel there. I was going to put the power down, but I could just feel the rears getting super light, and I would have spun had I got the power down, so I had to back out and just take it onto the gravel. Into the corkscrew though, we're closing in down this guy quite a bit. We do lose a little bit on traction, which is not ideal. This is actually really fun. I'm enjoying this. This track is so quick. Every corner just hits you in the face so quickly. I'm struggling to get this gap down now on this guy. I've got to try and think of something this lap, as we are now well above half race distance. 3 laps to go. We're going to try and go really aggressive now this lap and really push. Can't be having no more mistakes now. It's got to be perfect to the finish. If we get the run through here, I might be able to have a chance at the car in front. Here we go. We're going to go to the inside. Easy does it. Use the late apex. Right then, let's close in on Sebastian Vettel, our own teammate. Going to really throw it in the kink. This time it does stick. That was ballsy stuff. We're going to close up massively here. Into the corkscrew. Bit of a corner cut there on the entry. Oh, car's getting away from me a little bit on the exit. This was real life. The tyres would be overheating like crazy, especially if this was the F1 game. Oh, I've overdone it there. Overheating the tyres a little bit maybe. Got a car looking for a move behind us. But we should be able to stay in front. 2 laps to go. Can we get ahead of our teammate? That's the target. Oh, that was scary. I held my breath for a second there. into the corkscrew again. Trying to carry a bit more speed like the AI do, but I do struggle because the car gets so light. But we are closing in on Sebastian now. That's perfect. Nice and low on the apex. Through the final corner. On the gas, right, onto the last lap. Important to get this right as we set a personal best. 1 minute 1.6. Here we go. There's quite a few cars here, really. Let's make our way towards now. Exit of turn 2, oversteer. So we're closing in on Seb. Bit of gravel there, got to be careful with that. Carrying the speed, we are going to get the run on him. On the last lap, we're going to go to the inside. Our favourite corner to make an overtake. Let's keep the pressure on though. I can maybe pass this guy if I get the run through the kink. I'm going to absolutely throw it in there. Oh, though, it's not gone well. That's why I had no confidence. Through the corkscrew. Trying to carry a bit of speed, but don't have that confidence. Can we go for a late lunge in the final corner, maybe on the guy in front? I'm going to really try and throw this in. Giving it everything. We're a bit deep. Not quite. I try my best. It is going to be P9 in this race. We do beat Sebastian Vettel, sorry, P8. But we'll take that. A fun race, an intense race. And every corner is so quick around here. Love that.